Hello and welcome back to British on a Budget. In my opinion, you cannot get anything more British than a good old breakfast fry-up. So therefore, with it being Father's Day, I thought I would attempt a British on a Budget Father's Day breakfast in bed. We're going to have the classics, so we've got our bacon, British obviously, sausages, mushrooms. This massive great tomato cost I think all of about 48p. Can't wait to be using that. I have also managed to make some gluten-free bread purely from scratch, which, considering it's come out tasting very nice, I'm proper impressed with. Obviously the eggs, and then I'm also going to attempt some hash browns because we've got to keep championing these British potatoes. Because we have sausages produced here on the farm, I will be using those. However, I looked up the price for some British sausages, and a pack of 8 costs £1.50, which is the cost that I will be putting into my budget equation. So, time to get the sausages cooking. It's a bit of a standing joke in our family that Mum has taught me to do anything and everything possible to mean that you have less washing up. So we're putting this tin foil underneath that so that all the drips of fat catch in there and you don't have to wash the tray up. We used to do B&B in our farmhouse, so a lot of what I'm doing I learned at maybe the age of 6 or 7. So I'm going to cook the sausages because obviously they'll take longer than the bacon. Start cooking those, and then I will put the bacon on this tray as well when it's ready to go in. I personally don't think you can beat mushrooms fried in butter. So I'm going to cut these ones up. And then what I've got is I've got a completely new chunk of butter, and I know how much that weighs. And then when I'm finished all of my cooking, I'm just gonna weigh up how much is left and then work out how much I've used, because I'm gonna be using butter for all of my fat, so for cooking the eggs and making the hash browns and obviously frying the mushrooms. Mushrooms are really good for you. They actually help improve or rebuild cartilage in your bones, if anybody was wondering. So as it's Father's Day, it's a bit of a treat. We are going to go a little bit extra on the butter because you want it to taste nice, don't you? So we are grilling the sausages. Therefore, it's really important that you just keep turning them so you don't get one side burnt. So, time for the hash browns. As you can see, this potato is not looking in its best condition, but I'm purely just gonna slice that bit off. And look, it's absolutely fine. So, really don't be afraid to buy the perfectly imperfect potatoes. They're just brilliant. It says on the recipe, because I am taking this offline, you have to peel the potatoes, then you've got to strain them using a cloth once you've finely grated them, then mix in an egg and fry them in a pan. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think this just shows how much liquid is in a potato. I'm only halfway through, covered in potato juice, and there's a hell of a lot of liquid in there. Really quite incredible, I think. Just a disclaimer, this is not as easy as it looks. I think I may have burnt the sausages. So we're gonna take these out the oven and put them in the warming drawer or something. Oops. Right then, time for the bacon. Obviously, we're going to try and learn from previous mistakes and actually watch it cooking so that we don't overdo it. I'm gonna do 4 pieces because well, I don't know about you, but bacon is the highlight of any fried breakfast. So let's put these bad boys in. And then whilst doing this, I'm gonna get the mushrooms and things going as well. Right, so we're gonna get the mushrooms on cooking. I find if you cook them slowly over a longer period of time, they are a lot nicer. And then I'm gonna chop the tomatoes and get those in with the mushrooms because I think the flavors really complement each other. And whilst doing that, I'm going to attempt to cook these hash browns. I'm quite excited about the hash browns to see how they work. I mean, this tomato is just massive, so I think I'm probably gonna cut it into quarters because otherwise I'm not sure it's actually gonna cook. So, lesson learned, this bacon has literally been in all of about 2 or 3 minutes and it's already starting to cook. So I am definitely going to watch it very closely. Also, proof in the pudding though, look, all of the fat is collecting in the tin foil. So hope that's been helpful to some of you. Oh, we're losing a bit of bacon. Oh well, it's all edible at the end of the day. So this is going to be multitasking at its finest. We've got the mushrooms on here, and then we're going to have the hash browns cooking over there. Let's hope this all goes to plan. As you can see, the mushrooms starting to melt in the butter, which is going to be yummy, yummy. So it said to use quite a generous amount of butter for the hash browns. So we're going to sort of take a nice big chunk and get that melting in there. And then I'm just going to make little sort of donutty things in the shape of the hash browns. That's melting there nicely. Let's have a little, get those all nicely covered in butter so they cook. Back with the bacon, I'm really making sure not to burn this. Ooh, that is hot. So I'm actually now, because I'm saying that's pretty much cooked, I'm going to turn the oven off and just leave them in there with the warmth to keep them cooking on it a little bit. So that butter is melting nicely. Mushrooms are coming on good. I might just turn these up a little bit for now, and I'm gonna start making my little donuts. I think I'm gonna just do nice little small ones to start with. So it's the egg that's gonna sort of cook them there. There's 1, 2, let's just do 3. You can always add a little bit more to one of them. Quite excited about these. You can hear the mushrooms starting to really fry there. Yeah, that's making a nice bit of difference because you sort of want to get them going and then turn them down and leave them to cook away. And then we'll add the tomatoes. So for today's eggs, we are doing poached. Obviously there are multiple different types of eggs you can do, but I feel like doing poached eggs today because they're so easy. So we'll just bring that temperature up to the boil and then we'll slot them in the little slots. The mushrooms and tomatoes are going nicely. Might put those on the plate in a minute. What you can do if you don't have a warming drawer is just leave the oven on a really low temperature and then it keeps everything warm, and it also warms the plate. Dad will always eat food on a warm plate. And here we go, so I'm saying those are ready. I must admit, like, this is looking like a feast for a king. I can't believe how big this tomato was. I think I may have overestimated it and potentially should have only done half, but hey ho. Tomatoes are good for you. It's healthy veg. Trying to make this look nice, but it's not really going very well. Not sure where I'm going to fit my eggs either. A little bit jealous, Dad. Can we have a daughter's day, please? Look at that. Checking that's coming up to the boil, so I will put my eggs in a minute. Right then, time to put your little eggs in. This is the lazy way to do poached eggs. My mum is known as Gadget Woman, rather affectionately, because she has a little gadget to do everything. I mean everything. There we go. Might as well cook away in there, and I'm going to go and put the toast on. Now then, this is the fiddly bit. The eggs are done. I've now just got to get them out of these little things and onto the plate. Oh, there's quite a lot of water, so we'll just drain that off because we don't want... Oh no, he's coming. He's a-coming. There's one little smiley face. There's liquid out. Sorry, Dad, excuse fingers. I have washed my hands. And there's the other one. May not look the most attractive, and I am gonna adjust things on the plate before I take some photos, but man, that looks good. So, there we go. That is a feast fit for a king, and Sadie clearly agrees. Oh my goodness gracious, yum or what? I mean, that was a mountain of a breakfast. So obviously what you have all been waiting for is the pricings of everything. I have done the breakfast and the bread separately because obviously the bread can be used for other stuff. So the total for the bread was £1.07. Then I divided that up. So I said, let's say, for example, we got 10 slices out of that bread. We used 2 of them for the breakfast. So I took that, which came to 11p for my 2 slices of bread, and added that to my breakfast pricings, which came in at a measly £3.35. I've done a little bit of research, and a well-known food chain that a lot of young farmers and Saturday night prees like to use. Their large breakfast is around about £5, so you're definitely getting a good price for your money. If you enjoyed that and you would like to see more of what I'm doing, then follow me on Instagram, Let's Go British, or subscribe to this channel. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will catch you soon.